What if Sameer Mahindru and the others later say that these confessions or these statements were extracted from them under duress, that they were put under the ringer, and that's why they were made to say all these things and that they aren't true? Because all you have actually is their statement before the investigators and then subsequently the magistrate.
No, I thought you said there's some FaceTime records or something.
No, there's the claim. I'm reading out from the Enforcement Directorate chart sheet, which talks about a FaceTime video call, and as anybody who uses FaceTime would know, that call is not likely to have been recorded, right? So it's almost impossible that there's a video recording. What you've got is Sameer Mahindru, when he's being asked by the ED, telling the ED officers this, which is now part of the ED chart sheet.
Correct. So, but there are so many other things, you know, like there will be telephone calls, there'll be calls between, say, this Mahindru and Mr. Kejriwal's office, or with somebody with Mr. Kejriwal. So all these, there'll be other corroboratory evidence also to support what he's saying. He has to give that evidence. Otherwise, it's just, you know, he's saying something and Mr. Kejriwal is saying something, so it doesn't add up. So
let Shehzad Poonawalla come in, because he said, she said doesn't add up in the end.
Rahul, this is not the only basis on which they've called him.
Okay.
There's a one, please Rahul, I expect a dignified debate. You know what's a 164 CRPC statement? It's a statement made to a judicial magistrate. You can't retract those statements. There's a 164 of C. Arvind, who was a DANIX officer and a secretary to Manish Sisodia, who has said in a 164 that the excise policy was tweaked to increase the commission to 12% in Arvind Kejriwal's house. So it's not just this FaceTime call that is the basis of calling Mr. Kejriwal. The basis is a 164 statement, which is very...
No, she's asking about a financial
second.
link. That's a matter of policy.
Rahul,
you can ask for anything. Yeah, okay.
Because this is a legal issue, and I have done law from one of the most prestigious law colleges in this country. I request you to allow me to explain. First of all, madam doesn't know that when a court finds something, it doesn't make a finding just in a trial, it makes a finding in a pre-trial stage while taking cognizance in the charge sheet also. That's when a prima facie finding is made. They said the exact same thing, that Satyendra Jain mein ke ghar pe kuch nahi mila. Here are two orders that have said Satyendra Jain was a hawalebaz, and while taking cognizance of the ED charge sheet, Satyendra Jain had hawala money routed through agricultural lands. Courts found this. Please, Rahul, let me explain. Similarly, in the Manish Sisodia case, I am presenting to you, please read para 44 of the order.
You read it.
Because, you know, if you are half literate or half educated, you don't understand. You can have an IIT degree. It doesn't mean you are educated. It could mean you are literate. And therefore, let me explain to you what the order says. It's a finding, it's not an observation. Thus, as per the allegations made by the prosecution and the evidence collected in support thereof, so far the applicant, that means Manish Sisodia, can prima facie be held to be the architect of the said criminal policy. And in the beginning of the paragraph, it says that 90 to 100 crores was meant for him in the form of advance kickbacks, and 20 to 30 crores
but
were
this
routed.
is their charge, right?
No,
not the order.
No, Rahul, please read this.
What is this?
It is a finding of the court. Please read it.
Finding of which court?
This is the route that... One second, Rahul.
This will be challenged by the... This will be challenged by the Aam Aadmi Party.
I only debate on facts.
Okay.
This is not an allegation made by the prosecution.
This is a charge.
1 second. No.
The matter has to be heard in court.
Why don't you get your reporter online?
Okay.
I am challenging you. Get somebody who covers.
Let's get Munish on the line. Let's get Munish on the line.
No, you will have to give me equal time.
I'm going to give you an opportunity. Very quickly.
Rahul, please.
Yes.
Call somebody who covers courts.
Yes.
The Rouse Avenue Court, after hearing all sides on the bail plea of Mr. Manish Sisodia, came... 1 second. These are not fine.
Yeah, but this is not a conviction. Don't
One second.
Don't confuse. In a bail order, it's not the final jurisdiction. It's not the final order in the case. This is not a conviction. This is not a conviction. Yeah, so this is what they've ruled so far.
Let me explain.
This is being said while denying bail, right? It's very different from what Shehzad Poonawalla is making it seem. He's trying to make it seem like this is what the court has found in its final order. It hasn't. You've now spoken enough.
You have not understood the point.
I've understood what you're saying.
Yes. Let me explain.
Okay, go on quickly.
During a bail, I'm not saying that this is the trial final conviction.
You're trying to make it sound like that.
No,
you just did.
Yeah.
I just heard what you did. You're trying to make it seem as if this is what the court has found after its investigation. This is not how investigations happen, and this is not how courts function in this country.
Please give me 10, 20
Yes.
Please,
but be factual.
Yes, I'm being factual. Please get somebody who covers court. I forget the name of the girl who covers courts for you. In a bail plea, bail is the rule usually, right? Jail is not. When you, in a sense, the court makes a finding, it is a prima facie finding that there is money that has reached him and that the criminal conspiracy is taking place.
Now he's
Therefore,
changing
bail-
because now he's using words like prima facie.
No,
Earlier
Rahul, I've
he made it
already
seem
been-
as if he's
Rahul,
already been convicted
Rahul,
and
I
now
think-
he's about to be hanged.
Rahul,
That's
I
not the
think
point
you're
of it.
very
He's
fair.
spoken enough. Let Priyanka come in
Rahul,
and
I-
make a point as well. Let Priyanka make a point.
Since he
Yes.
made certain comments about being aware of law, I don't think he's ever stepped into a court of law also. I've practiced
please
law
read
for
this,
17
Rahul.
years.
Sir, a bail order is very
Yes.
different from a conviction.
Yes.
You made it sound
I
as if
am
the
not-
court
You
has
have
found
to
him
give
guilty.
up.
He hasn't.
Give up,
So let's
sir.
just be factual. You've
Yes.
spoken enough. Let Priyanka
I'm
speak.
not saying he's
Let
guilty.
us let
I'm
us
saying
speak now.
that there
You've
is
spoken
basis
enough. You said you
Yes.
don't want to be heckled
The-
by her. Do not heckle her either. Let us
That
speak.
is what it
Carry-
is.
Go on.
carry
He
on.
likes personal comments. Anyway, so what I was saying is, he's absolutely incorrect. What he said applies to himself, half-baked knowledge and all of that. It absolutely applies to himself. I really don't think he's ever stepped into a court of law.
Okay, don't get personal. Stick to facts.
He did. So when he spoke about Satyendra Jain's case, I don't want to digress, but since he picked it up, I must mention that when the court asked the ED, show us where the criminality is, the ED moved an application stating, change the judge. We want
That's
a change
not
in the
true.
judge.
No,
Is it not true?
there are
Is
two
it not
other-
true? I want you to be truthful.
There are
Tell
two
me.
other things that happened. The ED
Tell
also,
me.
the
Just-
ED charge sheet
let's
also
please
says that
first
Arvind
hear it.
Kejriwal met a parliamentarian from Andhra Pradesh by the name of Magunta Srinivasalu Reddy in connection with the liquor trade in the national capital. And then there are two witnesses who've told the CBI that the excise policy draft was given to the officer, later implemented in the presence of the Delhi Chief Minister. And
Right.
therefore the
You let me
CBI
answer.
is doing its job by asking him the questions that need to be asked.
I'll answer your questions,
Yes.
I'll answer his too, but
Okay.
you'll give me equal time,
Okay,
please.
go on.
See, there are two things at play here. You are reading from a charge sheet, okay? The charge sheet needs to be proven in a court of
Sure.
law, right? You're aware. Now, what happens is there is no, there are two statements. One is 164 and one is 50, okay? 50 in PMLA supersedes 164. Now, they have, these people that you mentioned, they have already gone to the court, the last one on 10th of March 2023, saying that we gave these statements under pressure. That is one aspect to it. The other aspect to it is that the central government illegally has been given extension after the extension to the ED director, which is unconstitutional, and there's a matter already pending in the Supreme Court regarding this.